The world is turning its gaze towards India, and for good reason. As of today, in 2025, India stands as one of the fastest-growing major economies on the planet. Its economic engine is humming with a vibrancy that is hard to ignore, a stark contrast to many developed nations facing slowdowns and demographic decline. We see this not just in high-level numbers from global financial institutions. The palpable energy on the streets of Mumbai, the startup culture blossoming in Bengaluru, the new factories rising in Gujarat. This is not a story of fleeting success. It's the beginning of a profound structural shift in the global economic order. India has decisively overtaken the United Kingdom in economic size and is now among the top 5 largest economies. This ascent is powered by a unique convergence of factors. The nation is demonstrating its capabilities in real time. Global corporations are adopting a China Plus One strategy. They're seeking to diversify their supply chains. India is emerging as the most credible and scalable alternative. This isn't merely about low-cost manufacturing anymore. It's about a sophisticated ecosystem of services, a burgeoning domestic market, a growing pool of skilled talent. Confidence shows in record foreign direct investment flowing into the country. This is India's moment, a rare window to chart a course toward unprecedented prosperity. Consider the journey from just a decade ago. The narrative was cautious optimism, with concerns about red tape and inconsistent policies. Today, while challenges remain, the story has fundamentally changed. Imagining a $40 trillion economy is about more than just numbers on a spreadsheet. It's about envisioning a fundamental transformation of Indian society and its role in the world. At this scale, India would not just be an economic power, but a global pole of influence. Its currency, its companies, and its culture carrying significant weight. Think of what this means for the average citizen, a per capita income that rivals upper-middle income or some high-income countries today. This translates to vastly improved living standards. Access to quality healthcare, access to quality education, access to quality housing. It means the end of extreme poverty as we know it, and the rise of a colossal middle class with immense purchasing power. This economic might would manifest in tangible ways across the globe. Indian multinational corporations would become household names. They would lead innovation in renewable energy, biotechnology, information technology, and advanced manufacturing. Indian brands would be found in every corner of the world, not just as purveyors of services, but as creators of cutting-edge products. The Indian rupee could potentially become a reserve currency, reducing the nation's vulnerability to global financial shocks and giving it greater control over its economic destiny. India's greatest asset is its people. Unlike many aging economies in Europe and East Asia, India is home to the world's largest and youngest population. With a median age of around 29, the country has a massive workforce that will continue to grow for decades. This is the famed demographic dividend, a period where the working-age population is significantly larger than the dependent population of children and elderly. This provides a powerful natural tailwind for economic growth. A larger workforce means more production, more consumption, more innovation. It is a demographic sweet spot that, if harnessed correctly, can fuel expansion for a generation or more. This youth bulge is not just about numbers, it is about aspirations. India's young generation is more educated, connected, and ambitious than any before it. Exposed to global trends through the internet and social media, they harbor aspirations for a better quality of life, meaningful careers, and greater personal freedom. This ambition is a potent economic force. It drives consumption as people seek better products and services, from smartphones, branded apparel, better housing, travel experiences. It also fuels entrepreneurship, millions creating startups to solve local and global problems. This hunger for progress is the engine of the domestic market. The sheer size of India's domestic market is a formidable strength. India's second great pillar of strength is its breathtaking digital transformation. The country has not just adopted technology, it has built a unique, world-class digital public infrastructure, enabling it to leapfrog traditional stages of development. The foundation of this is the India Stack, a set of open APIs and digital platforms. Aadhaar, a unique biometric identity for over 1 billion people, UPI, a real-time payment system, DigiLocker, a secure digital document wallet. This infrastructure has honestly revolutionized delivery of services and finance, bringing hundreds of millions into the formal economy at unprecedented speed and scale. It is a model the world now seeks to emulate. The Unified Payments Interface, or UPI, is a prime example of this leapfrogging. While Western countries still rely heavily on credit cards and cumbersome bank transfers, India has created a system that allows for instant, free, and seamless mobile payments. In 2025, UPI processes billions of transactions every month, more than many developed nations' digital payment systems combined. This has democratized finance, allowing a street vendor in a remote village to accept digital payments as easily as a large supermarket in a metropolis. This frictionless flow of money boosts commerce, increases transparency, provides a vast trove of data that can be used to extend credit to individuals and small businesses who were previously unbankable. This digital backbone is fueling a vibrant startup ecosystem, particularly in the technology sector. Bengaluru, Hyderabad, Gurugram. While the vision of a $40 trillion economy is inspiring, the path is fraught with significant hurdles that must be addressed with honesty and urgency. One of the most persistent challenges is the deep-rooted inequality that pervades Indian society. Economic growth has not been evenly distributed, creating a stark divide between the rich and the poor, urban and rural areas' different social groups. A new class of billionaires has emerged. The urban middle class has prospered, but a vast portion remains trapped in low-wage, informal sector jobs with little social security. This is not just a moral issue, it is an economic one. High inequality can dampen domestic demand, lead to social friction, and spur political instability, all toxic for long-term investment. Another major challenge lies in governance and policy implementation. India has made strides in ease of doing business, yet navigating the country's bureaucracy can still be daunting. The division of powers between central and state governments often leads to policy inconsistencies, creating uncertainty for investors. Issues like land acquisition, environmental clearances, contract enforcement remain complex and time-consuming. To attract massive long-term capital, India must ensure a stable, predictable, and transparent policy environment applied uniformly across the country. The political landscape is a source of strength through democracy, but also presents challenges. Bold economic reforms can face significant political opposition and populist pressures. Finally, there are geopolitical and environmental risks to consider. For India to build a $40 trillion economy, it must first build India. The nation faces a significant infrastructure deficit that can act as a major bottleneck to growth. While progress has been made, roads, ports, railways, energy grids still lag behind those of its economic rivals. Poor logistics can increase the cost of doing business, making Indian goods less competitive. For example, moving a container from a factory in the hinterland to a port can take far longer and cost much more than in China or Vietnam. To sustain high growth, India needs to embark on a massive, sustained infrastructure building program, focusing not just on quantity, but on quality and efficiency, creating a seamless network that connects its economic centers. This physical infrastructure must be complemented by an equally critical investment in human capital. The demographic dividend, India's greatest strength, can only be realized if its young population is equipped with the right skills for the 21st century economy. The current education system, from primary schools to universities, needs a radical overhaul. Rote learning must be replaced with a focus on critical thinking, problem-solving, creativity. There is a massive gap between the skills students graduate with and the skills employers need. Closing this gap requires a gigantic push in vocational training, apprenticeships, collaboration between industry and academia to create a workforce that is truly world-class. The healthcare system is another critical area of human capital that needs strengthening. A healthy population is a productive population. Investment in health is a direct investment in economic productivity. The road to a $40 trillion economy is long, and the challenges are formidable. Yet the possibility for India is real and within reach. The nation stands at a unique historical juncture, a youthful population, a digital revolution. These are powerful, once-in-a-generation tailwinds that can propel the country forward. The journey will not be linear. There will be setbacks, global shocks, internal political debates. The fundamentals of the Indian growth story are more robust today than ever. The world is betting on India. Indians are betting on themselves. India must adopt a relentless focus on execution. Success is day-to-day work. Building roads, reforming education, simplifying regulations, creating jobs. It requires a whole-of-nation approach. Central government, state governments, private sector, civil society. Young people must lead this mission. The future rests on their skills, their entrepreneurship, their demand for better governance. Every startup launched, every new skill, learned, every call for greater transparency adds a brick to the foundation. The 40 trillion dream is being built today in every classroom, every factory, every digital transaction. It's a collective endeavor promising prosperity and a new standing for India. The quest is about more than wealth. It's fulfilling the promise of 1 billion-plus people. Build a nation that is prosperous, equitable, innovative, and a beacon of democratic values. The dream is audacious. And for India, no dream is too big.